Well, I got to be honest with you. I don't think anybody is surprised that Brian Daboll got fired by the Giants, though I admit I wasn't expecting him to get fired after this game. Like, you lost to the Bears. The Bears aren't bad, and your quarterback got hurt. Oh, that's why you got fired, because the quarterback got hurt. Now, we did our show on Monday and made the point that Brian Daboll firmly believes that he has found a market inefficiency, right? Which is, it takes years before people realize that you're going to run the ball with that white boy. No matter who that white boy happens to be, it takes them so long before they realize that's going to happen. So you might as well do it forever and ever and ever. But we got this from Mina Kimes, Ryan. Since Jaxson Dart became a starter, he leads the league in quarterback runs, is second in contact, and has been tested for 4 concussions. Leads the league.
And he's played about 6 games.
Yes. Ryan, it's the new day and age. It's 2025 with quarterbacks. Hey, they don't got him running like a so when Daboll had Josh Allen, or before Daboll even got there, I think, I made the point about Josh Allen that if Josh Allen's name was Jaheim, they'd have been running a completely different offense for him. And if he had been running some Jaheim plays, everything would be okay. And then Brian Daboll got there and started running Jaheim plays for Josh Allen. And
the big galoot special.
That's right. Look what he's become. He's a big-ass rolling ball, a bunch of knives, right? Like, he became that guy. This is what he does. Brian Daboll got Jaxson Dart and was like, nah, that's J Money. And got him running more than all the dudes. Now, look, Lamar Jackson hasn't been playing. Kyler Murray hasn't been playing.
Jane Daniels hasn't been playing.
Yeah, he doesn't have the same competition. I understand it. But at the same time, that is crazy. And what
4 concussions.
4. Now, here's what Brian Daboll was doing, and this is why they had to fire him. And I want to see you when you tell me if I'm tripping here, okay? The reason you got to fire these coaches if you're going to make the quarterback transition, which is what they did here, is that you make the transition with the quarterback, you keep the old coach. 9 times out of 10, the old coach knows his job is on the line, right? Like there is an understanding there, especially if the guy's been there for a while, okay? You get this going or you got to go. All right, that's what Brian Daboll knows. But Brian Daboll knows that get it going means winning games.
Right.
That's how you keep your job. But it's not really your job because you're trying to save it, right? You've already lost. When you have to do something to save your job, you have lost your job, and now you are trying to get your job back. So you have a job that is not actually your job. What I am saying is Brian Daboll has been treating the New York Giants and Jaxson Dart like a rental car. Right? I just
cheap gas.
I got to hurry up and get there. Take that bitch over the curb. You know what I'm saying? Like he's bumped into so many different things. Why? Because we running late. That's why. And it ain't my car. Right? I mean, if they say I can keep it, I will. But this isn't actually my car. And the Giants were like, hey, wait a minute. Why are we letting this motherfucker drive our car?
Yeah.
That's my car. And look what he's doing to my car. They have come, they have found their car, and it is dented all over the place. And they're like, hey, you got to bring that car back. They called the repo man on that car. Bring that shit back. It's a lease, right?
Right.
He has no actual sense of ownership in that car. If he had bought the car, that'd be one thing. Nope. He leased it, and he treated it like that. And they said, hey, man, go bring our shit back, man. Go get it and go bring it back. And now Brian Daboll doesn't have a job.
Right.
Now, could you please make the point that you made to me coming in here about how Brian Daboll got here and what he turned into?
So I'm going to read a couple paragraphs from the ESPN story, kind of down towards the bottom. The hot-headed coach had a rocky 4 years with the Giants filled with incidents that included an ugly split with defensive coordinator Wink Martindale after the 2023 season and a $100,000 fine earlier in the year for approaching the Blue medical tent while Dart was being examined for concussion. Joe Shane, at one point along the way, had to monitor the coaching headsets to evaluate the coach's communication. Daboll also flipped a tablet at former quarterback Daniel Jones and replaced a good chunk of his staff over the past years. Translation, he was too much of an asshole for a tackle football coach.
This is correct. Now, I just Googled something, and it said that Brian Daboll is 6 feet tall, and I don't believe it.
Yeah, I think he's 5'10" and a half. And
Yeah, I
listed
need
himself
I
at
need to
6'5",
see him lined up against some people because this is all. And you've seen some of those clips of like watching during the game where he points on something at the table and he just talks to people like they're morons.
Right.
That just flat out, and it's kind of like, hey, yeah, but you're right. The GM of a tackle football team was like, hey, I gotta keep an eye on what this guy.
We have to. You need to watch your language, sir.
He is burning people out. And hold on, his record as a head coach is 20, 40, and 1. And this is the way that he's out here talking to people. He got the big galoot on track, and he parlayed that into, hold on, let me make sure I get this number right. Oh, wow, it felt like he'd been there longer than this. This is only year 4.
Right.
This is only year 4, but they were just like, he's going to kill.
In the last 3 seasons, I think he was 11-33.
Yes. They said he's going to kill Jaxson Dart.
Right.
And by the way, helps nothing that Daniel Jones has been on fire, or at the very least is quarterbacking a team that's going to make the playoffs.
They might be the 1 seed.
It's really on the board. And now the Giants, who second generation ownership, man. Like, people don't think about this. Wellington Mara died, and then this John Mara guy's got the team, and he doesn't seem to be good at this at all.
No.
Like he doesn't. And this is across the board, man. The only team I can think of that gets better when the second generation gets the team was actually the Steelers, but that's because Generation 1 Rooney was just a little bit too busy breaking the law. You can look it up. I'm not making this up. He was, I think the word racketeer is what was going on there. The second generation guy was like, hey, I think I'll pay attention to football. And then there were some steroids. But anyway, this is where the Giants, like, you and I were just talking about this, Ryan. They're the Jets.
Right. And they've been the Jets for 10 years.
All right, so let's think about this. The last time the Jets went to the playoffs is 2010. The Giants have been to the playoffs a couple times since then, but they won their Super Bowl in 2011. And then it's really, I think, been to the playoffs 2 years since then.
I think they had one playoff. They had Daniel Jones had one playoff win.
Yes, the game in Minnesota, and then they had the boat. Remember when Odell and the boys was on the boat? Right, with Trey Songz, and they was wearing no shirts and wearing jeans on a goddamn boat.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's what it's been. I've been here 8 years, man. 8 years. There's been, I think, one good football team in the 8 years that I have lived in this city.
And that team was quarterbacked by Daniel Jones.
It was quarterbacked by Daniel Jones. So how good was the team actually? Because they beat a team that was quarterbacked by Kirk Cousins. By the way, they are really... There's no way he's 6 feet tall, is there?
There's no way.
No, and I bet, like, when he really gets mad and nobody's around, I bet that shit is hilarious. Like, his face get all red.
He's one of those white people that can turn all those different colors.
That's what I'm saying, and it goes all the way to the top.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, dog. I just didn't. The Giants, I just love that the Giants woke up and was like, yo, we got to get him out of here before he messes something up.
Yeah, I mean... And there's nothing like, messing up the quarterback, not winning games, and being mean to everybody at work to really be the trifecta of trying to keep your job.
Yes. No, but I think everybody needs to learn that lesson. Like this Eberflus with the Bears last year is another sort of situation. This is going to happen if you turn it over. And then once you turn it over, what's going to wind up happening? Now you wound up stacking up on that list of this quarterback has had this many offensive coordinators in this many years, right? Like, all those things are going to start stacking up. No. Chances are, I guess what you're making, you know what it comes down to? And this is where people get themselves in trouble, okay? This is what it comes down to. And getting caught in this idea about whether or not somebody deserves to have their job or not. Now, you can make the argument that the Giants left Brian Daboll with Daniel Jones, right? Okay, Daniel Jones got hurt or whatever, and it would be unfair to fire Brian Daboll under those circumstances because he didn't have his quarterback. But you decided to go get another quarterback, a quarterback, by the way, that other teams actually wanted and believed that there was still something left with. But Brian Daboll, even if Daniel Jones hadn't got hurt, he got cut. That's right. He got hurt, then he got cut. My fault, because they stopped playing him because they did not want to have to pay like the injury guarantees. So you're taking a guy who couldn't get it done with one guy, and then you give him the chance to do it with another guy, and then you realize you can't do that because he's treating him like a rental car. Nah, man, unless there's something incredibly unique going on with the circumstances and the situation. Chances are, if you got to go get the new quarterback, you're going to need to get the new coach. Now, hey, maybe it's Don Shula drafting Dan Marino,
Maybe.
Right. You could wind up in that situation, or the reasonable transfer of power that often happens with quarterbacks. But on this, you knew there was a very good chance you were going to fire him. Fuck deserve, fire him.
Can I go through the Giants head coaches since Tom Coughlin?
Hold on, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Let me roll with you. Ben McAdoo.
28 games, 13 and 15.
Pat Shurmur.
32 games, 9 and 23.
Do we now go straight to Brian Daboll, or is there one in between?
Joe Judge.
Oh, wow. I forgot that happened.
10 and 23.
And then we get to Brian Daboll.
Then we get to Daboll.
Remember that time that Brian Daboll got the interview with I think it was the Giants, and Bill Belichick sent a text to Brian about Brian Daboll getting that job with the New York Giants.
And it was the wrong Brian.
Except he sent it to Brian Flores, and Brian Flores said, "Coach, did you mean to send that to Brian Daboll or Brian Flores?" And Belichick was like, "My bad."
You want to do Jets coaches since you've lived here?
Since I've lived here, okay. Todd Bowles was gone by 2017. Todd Bowles was
here. You had 1 year of Todd Bowles.
I got a year of Todd Bowles. I've got Adam Gase,
9 and 23.
Who did they just fire to give this job to Aaron Glenn? I've forgotten whoever that
Bob
last
Solid, 2030.
That sure did happen. And then they fired him in the middle of the year.
Yeah. He had the best record out of all of them.
He did. I mean, the thing is with the Jets, we always just say, hey, they're the Jets. We have to start saying that about the Giants.
Correct.
Right? Like, it's amazing who we do and do not cut slack for that, by the way. For example, before Matthew Stafford turned into apparently the best quarterback in the league, and he had those stretches of being mid, the way mid was intended with the Lions, and everybody just blames the Lions. Like, yeah, those terrible Lions giving him Calvin Johnson to throw to. Yuck. Right? Like, we all, like, it's here and there where we pick it up. But the Giants, I mean, I tell you this, go ask a Giants fan if they'd rather root for the Lions right now. That's what I thought.